Hey everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Deborah and welcome to another episode of DEB Talks. So today some spicy has been happening. Wait, is it called DEB Talks? When you do so much on your channel that you don't even know what it's called. But yeah, so much has been happening in the K-pop world, and today we're going to be talking about Ikon, we're going to be talking about How, and we're going to be talking about Suzy and minho. Without further ado, let's go.
Shotgun 얼굴 따위로 아이돌 하는 놈 아니니까 follow me high tone shotgun 실력만으로.
Alright, so first of all, good news to bad news. For the first good news, for those of you who don't know, Ikon is finally debuted, which didn't really feel like a debut, but they released their song and it's called My Type, and for those of you who have not seen it, you should definitely go see it. And if you listen to it the first time and you don't like it, give it 24 hours and listen to it again, and I am telling you, I am giving you my word, you will fall in love with that song because it's the exact same thing that happened to me. So I heard it the first time and I liked it, but then I never listened to it again for some weird reason, and I felt so weird throughout the day because all my friends were like, oh my goodness, Deborah, Ikon has finally debuted, and they all know I'm a huge fan of Ikon, and I'm like, I'm not really excited. I don't know. I like the song when I listen to it, but right now I don't really know how I feel about the song. I haven't even bought the song. And so the next day I listened to it and I couldn't stop listening to it, and it has been my jam all the while till today. So yes, it's like I said in my reaction, and I was right, which is funny because I tested my theory and it worked. It's one of those songs that you listen to again and then you fall in love with. You might not necessarily like at the first listen, but you give it a couple more listens and it just grows on you, and you just realize it's the best song you've ever had and stuff. And yeah, I did have my complaints in that it was so much bubby, even more than BI. It was so much bubby than the rest, but I was just happy to see all of them debut finally. But I still kind of feel like it isn't really their debut. I'm waiting for the real debut where they're dancing and going hard and stuff. But yeah, I'm just happy they're finally out of the dungeon. Now to the bad news. Ikon just debuted, and for those of you who don't know, they're already at 4 million views on their YouTube video, and for a rookie group to just hit that high, you know, we have been waiting for them since forever, okay? But they have 4 million views. They've been #1 on the charts for a while now, and a report was released by JTBC saying that some groups and some companies are being suspected for Sajaegi. And for those of you who don't know what that means, it's basically manipulating the charts to be #1 or to be the top and win and stuff like that. And one of the pictures that was used was Ikon's picture, and so YG addressed it really fast for the first time. But I was happy because this was one case that I did not want YG to keep quiet. Like, dude, you needed to release a statement real fast. He released a statement whereby he invited them to come investigate them, and he's happy that this is giving awareness to the issue, because the last time YG, JYP and SM talked about it, it wasn't really fully handled well. But he also wanted people to distinguish between fans coming together to stream a song and the illegal stealing and manipulating of chats and songs and all that. So basically, for those of you who don't know what's going on, or what he's trying to say is that, or what is really going on is, just like every other person out there, Ikon, or every other K-pop fan out there, Ikon fans came together and they decided to stream the song at a certain time and all together at a certain moment and through certain devices and different devices and stuff. And that is totally different from people manipulating the chats. Every single person does that. So if that is what you're calling Sajaegi, then we all do Sajaegi, because we do it for Big Bang, we do it for EXO, we do it for every single, even YouTube views. We manipulate YouTube views because we keep on watching it again and we're like, we need to get to this number of views by today, and then we open our laptops, we open our phones. So if that's what you mean by Sajaegi, then every single person does Sajaegi. But that's not the Sajaegi they're talking about. So if you're talking about that Sajaegi, then yeah, Ikon did Sajaegi, and every other K-pop idol out there did Sajaegi, because all your fans came together to do something like that. There is no single group that the fans haven't done something like that. So that is not Sajaegi. That is totally different. That's just fans coming together collectively to help an artist out. But Ikon has not, according to YG, has not been involved in any illegal manipulation of chats and paying a company to stream for them or anything like that. That's what YG says. So we're going to be waiting for more further investigations to see how this goes. But I personally believe YG that Ikon sincerely got those numbers and got it #1 through their fans, because this is a group that, like I said, it doesn't really feel like a debut, because they've been everywhere, literally everywhere. We've heard about them. They've been in Mix and Match, they've been in Who Is Next, they've been in so many adverts, SMTM, even Mama, like BI and Bobby have been every single where. so it's not shocking that they're #1, because people have been waiting for them. And like, I was thinking this morning about it, and I just remembered that Ikon has a huge Chinese fan base. It is huge, like EXO huge, okay? I remember when they went to like China, and the number of people that came to see them in the airport alone, and I had only ever seen something like that with EXO. So it was just really amazing to see that. That's #1 proof that they do have a lot of fans. And I don't personally think it's Sajaegi, but that's just me though. Moving on, next is Tao. Okay, boo. So as you all know, Tao has left EXO, and SM is now officially suing him for illegal activities, according to them, and stuff. But the controversy he's currently in now is that Tao arrived late at a show, at a Versace show in London, and he walked on the runway while a model was walking on the runway to go to his seat. And a lot of people are calling him rude for that, saying he lacks respect. That was very disrespectful. Some said he wasn't even invited to the event, which is a bloody lie. And I'm sorry for cussing, but that is so not true. He was invited. Who gonna even allow him enter if he wasn't invited? They'll throw him out. What do you guys think this is? This ain't Nigeria? Shout out to all Nigerians out there. Don't come at me. But they'll throw you out. You don't just show up at such an event uninvited and they just accept you, except your Kanye West. Even Kanye West has his limits, okay? But he was invited, and the excuse his team gave is that they left his hotel an hour earlier and they miscalculated London traffic, which happens if you're going to a new place you're unfamiliar with. You can miscalculate the traffic and think you're gonna get there on time, and you don't get there on time. And look at this, they left an hour earlier. That shows that they were actually thinking about the fact that, hey, we're not familiar with this place, we might get lost, let's try to leave earlier. Except he wanted them to leave 3 hours earlier, but they left earlier, and unfortunately they got there late because the traffic was bad. And they said that they actually had to run a couple blocks to get to the venue because they were still stuck in traffic. So they came out, they walked, and then they ran to the venue site. And the seat he was seated on was actually his assigned seat, and he was led there by the staff of the event. Now, this is my whole thing with everyone that has a problem with the Tao situation. You do realize that if the organizers themselves had a huge problem with it, they tell him, I'm sorry, but you cannot sit in front, and they'll take him to the back. Or they'll tell him, they'll find another seat and bring to him if there's no seat in the back for him, right? If they had a huge problem with him walking there. So if the organizers themselves were the ones that took him and walked him down that aisle and sat him down there, which I know wasn't the right thing to do on their part, but they did it with their own hands. If they did it, then why the heck are you throwing stones at him? Like, should he tell them, no, I don't want to walk there, and just that would be this, then you'd say he's being disrespectful. Like, he can't really satisfy any sides no matter what he does. You're just gonna hit on him, okay? Let's be real here. No matter what Tao does, you're just gonna hit on him because you're mad at what he does. And I totally understand the anger that people feel because of the whole, he said this about Chris and then now he's doing the same thing. I understand why people are mad, but this is the fact. He can't really please any side, and as long as you're angry at him for that, regardless of what he does, you're always going to give him the side eye, and you're always going to find fault in what he does, except you're one of those awesome people out there that even if you're mad at people, you don't really take it to heart when they do things like this, and you just ignore it and move on with your life, and you realize that you don't really care about that, and you just move on because you don't really like him right now. So why the heck should I be wasting my time on him? If he wants to ruin his career, he should ruin his career, but that shouldn't affect me. I don't really care about you no more. So whatever you want to do with your life, go do with your life. If you want to ruin your lifestyle, go ruin your lifestyle. I don't really care. I don't give two F's about you. But if you're one of those people that do care, then obviously you're gonna be mad. It's realistic that you're mad. It's understandable that you're mad. But my thing is, since the organizers let him walk there, I don't see any fault in what he did. Like, I won't put the blame on him. If I told I'm gonna put the blame on someone, I'm gonna put the blame on the person that walked him down that aisle and took him to that seat. Like, what were you thinking, child? Don't you realize that's being disrespectful to the model and stuff? Like, seriously, if you were gonna do that, then maybe make him one of the models and just make him as well. He might as well just worn one of the clothes and walked down that aisle and sat down on that seat. But hey, that's just me though. I'm just saying. So I really had no problem with it. Like, I remember one of my friends, I'm not gonna say your name, but you know who you are, you messaged me and she was so mad, and I was just laughing. I'm like, haters are just gonna hate. I don't see anything so serious about it. He made, unfortunately he was late, he miscalculated, whatever, he got there late. If it was my fashion show, and I am also like in the fashion design business, I'm working on my own clothing line and I'm going to fashion school too, but if it was my clothing line, I tell him to sit down. I tell him don't enter, or I give him a seat to sit down at the back. But the organizers themselves took him to that seat, so I don't see why y'all are blaming him. Seriously, that's just me. But help explain to me your reasoning for hating on him. Or is it just previous anger at the previous things he's done that you're just putting together and just laying down right now that he has done something or something has happened to him? Let's be sincere with each other. Alright, next is Suzy and Lee Min-ho. So for those of you who don't know, news was released that Suzy and Lee Min-ho have broken up, but then both sides said they've not broken up and they're still dating. Personally, when I first heard this news, everyone who knows me knows that I say this: if I don't marry Jesus, I'm gonna marry Lee Min-ho. Lee Min-ho is my boo. Lee Min-ho is my #1 bias and everything. But when I heard this news, I just gave him the side eye because I felt like this is. Lee Min-ho doesn't do long-term relationships. He's a short-term person. And like I told one of my friends who messaged me, she's like, oh my goodness, did you see that Lee Min-ho news? I said, hey girl, hey, you know yourself. I said, I feel like it's a lie. #1, I feel like they have broken up, but because of Suzy's reputation and the image that the public have of her, they don't want Lee Min-ho to spoil it, and so they have to give out the news report that they're still together. But I don't think they're together because Lee Min-ho is someone that dates people. Park Min Young is the greatest example ever. He will release the news that you're dating, or allow the news to be released that you're dating him, and then after a few months he's gonna break up with you. I'm sorry, that's just the image I have of Lee Min Ho, and I'm just being really sincere right now, and this is the boo that I want to marry. I'm just saying. But if you're still dating, then I am so happy for you, because it's like yesterday my roommate made a comment about Lee Min Ho, and she's like, I'm sure he just sleeps around with everyone. And I said, no, he has a girlfriend, which was funny because immediately after that I saw the news about the breakup. But I said, no, he has a girlfriend. And she said, wait, he has a girlfriend and you haven't traveled to Korea to cut off her head or something? And I said, no, I actually do love his girlfriend. She's from Miss A and I really like Suzy, so I'm good and stuff. I'm okay with this relationship. I'm totally shipping this couple. So I do support this couple. Don't take it as Deborah's like wishing them bad or something. No, if they are together, I'd be really happy for both of them, that they found happiness, and hopefully they even get married. I really do wish them the best. But I don't know, maybe if that news had just not come out, but I don't believe they're still together. That's just me though. What do you all think? Do you think Lee Min Ho is still dating Suzy, or he is no longer dating Suzy? Do you think Ta was at fault? Why was he at fault? Let me know in the comments down below. Are you supporting the haters or the people who think he was wrong? They might not necessarily be haters, they just think he was wrong and he was disrespectful, which is totally understandable. Or are you team, no, it's not his fault, it was all the organizers' fault? And let me know what you think about Ikon too. Do you think they're doing Sajaegi? I don't think so though. But yeah, let me know what you all think about all these topics in the comments down below. Don't hate me. This is one time that I get to be really sincere and just tell you how I sincerely feel about certain topics. So don't hate me for my opinions. Don't come at me for my opinions. Let's be civilized about this and just talk it out. That's why it's called DEB Talks. So let me know what you all think about it in the comments down below. Don't forget to give this video a like. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and keep being awesome, beautiful people you are. Till next time, love you all. 유일하게 남은 거라고 너의 그림자 외로움보다 그리움이 날 괴롭힌다. 손에 잡힐 것만 같은 너의 웃음소리 모래성처럼 힘없이 흩어진 순간들이 매일 밤 가위처럼 날 눌러 꿈속에서조차 네 이름을 또 불러. 모든 걸 변하게 하는 시간 앞에도 변하지 않는 건 나는 너의 queen, you my ruler. Come back home.